What is going on, Polestar fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to give you a good overview of Polestar, the data points, some latest updates have been coming out, and where things are going from here. Before I get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with that said, let's get right to it. So currently down 4.55%. It is completely lagging a lot of the EVs, with the exception of Lucid and their dilution news that did come out today. But this is massive. It is so close to their 52-week low and all-time low. So definitely not necessarily the best on the technical stance. And as of right now, with it being at $3.22, it is very close to the pivot point, which is $3.22. So that is the S1. So currently trading between the S1 and the pivot. So as far as resistance and support points, 322 and 359 are ones that you really need to watch for. But based on the negative kind of momentum that's happening, it is fair to assume that unfortunately 322 might actually break, and then it will be trading between the 299 and 322. And unfortunately, this is one of those things that just does not make any sense, like I've been saying. So you kind of just have to enjoy the roller coaster to some regard, because Polestar is definitely doing a lot of good things. They've really signaled on every single earnings, with the exception of the Q1, with them laying off staff, cutting their targets for 2023, but still their 2023 targets are still acceptable in my own opinion, who isn't a financial advisor. So you guys always do your own due diligence. So when it comes to it though, Stochastic is currently at 22. Despite it pulling back today, you do have a nice bullish sentiment behind the scenes, but still it is considered very much oversold. Number of retail investors are very much taking advantage of these discounted prices, but unfortunately big money isn't. So no big transactions over 100,000. So clearly it looks like just retail is enjoying this dip, and that is it. Despite that though, there is no official news, no SEC filings, nothing along those lines since it looks like the 11th. But outside of that though, there has been some pretty good developments behind the scenes, just unfortunately Polestar hasn't really announced it. So this did come out, as you can see right here. So it looks like both Rivian and Polestar did register in Saudi Arabia. So of course, Saudi Arabia is going to be huge in the coming years for EVs, especially I believe that it has to be around 60 or 40%, somewhere around there, as far as overall vehicles sold by 2030. So that's a pretty big accomplishment, and they're investing a ton of money into EVs and renewable energies and so forth. But as you can see right here, when it comes down to Polestar, definitely I think that's a pretty good thing in my opinion, and just once again opens the door for more sales potentially. And over and above that though, this just came out today, a little bit more of a weird title. So it says you can now watch dogs do silly things in your Polestar 2 after OTA YouTube update. So generally speaking, this is, I guess, a good thing, and just overall increasing the customer satisfaction. This article also came out as well, so it just kind of is a little bit more summarized here, but it says Polestar's latest software update adds YouTube and upgraded Apple CarPlay. So definitely I think that's a pretty good thing. I believe I don't see any other company announcing that they have the new upgraded CarPlay, because I do believe even Lucid, they said it's going to become standard now, the Apple CarPlay, but I don't believe they have the new version of the Apple one. So this might be a pretty good thing in my opinion. But moving on from that, that's some of the latest updates that has come out over the last several, I guess, week per se. But when it comes down to this, as far as options activity, there was $86.5 thousand in call premiums being purchased versus $3,600 in put premiums. So very much oriented towards a lot of upside is anticipated, but unfortunately, my last couple updates with Polestar, I've been saying the exact same thing. So this is why, unfortunately, when you are looking at options activity, it is just merely a sentiment. It does not necessarily move the stock price clearly. So once again, that's just something to be aware of. This is a little bit more of an easier breakdown. So this has all the actual expiry dates, all the strike prices for options, and no different than anything else, it is just very, very low. So hardly anyone does any options with Polestar. Oddly enough, people just don't like it. So once again, it's kind of quiet on that front. And like I already mentioned, big money is just not necessarily buying today. I'll give you guys a quick overview of several different things, one of which is what shorts are doing. So currently the short score is 70, utilization is 95.38. And in case you guys have any questions about anything like this, let me know in the comments below. I can definitely address that. Today they are increasing 8.3 thousand, so very small in that regard, because there is 10.11 million shares overall being shorted, and that works out to be 3.86% of the free float. Cost to borrow average is 16.06, so that's going up a little bit, but definitely Polestar's never really been one of those that will have a squeeze, because 3.8% is kind of low. And just to put that in comparison, I'll show you guys Tesla. So Tesla, obviously the king of EVs essentially right now, and Tesla and Polestar are the two only pure global EV plays, so it's fair to kind of assume that. And Polestar has, I think it was at 3.8, and Tesla has 3.7. So in reality, Polestar's doing fairly good in that regard. And as far as this, so I just wanted to show you a couple things. So as far as the Morningstar report, latest Morningstar report that came out on Monday does put Polestar's fair market value at $4.95. So once again, that's something that you need to keep in mind, that it is at a very deep discount. I think a lot of us generally know that. It's just not necessarily been going with what logically makes sense. And I'll give you guys a quick overview of the latest ratings done by analysts while I'm on here. Last one was done 17 days ago, 20 days ago. Deutsche, Barclays, and Cantor Fitzgerald. And it's kind of funny, a lot of these give very low price targets, but yet their success rating is just completely garbage. So for instance, Deutsche Bank only has a 39% success rating, 40%, and 18%. That's horrible. But still, unfortunately, a lot of analysts do have a lot of power. So for instance, if they do give downgrades or something like that, it does have a lot of big influence on the stock. If you're looking for a lot of good compiled information, such as analyst ratings, forecasts for upcoming earnings, and whatever floats your boat, it is all under one section. Take a look at Interactive Brokers, link in the description below and also the comments. And so again, this is a pretty good summary of everything that you need to know. As far as where things might be going, it is breaking down a little bit. So like I mentioned, I do feel that it is going to break this 322, so bounce between this 299 and 322 range. I don't feel that, given the market right now, it'll break below this 299, so I feel it might bounce off of this and trend higher. But of course, like I already said, you guys always do your own due diligence. Sometimes my crystal ball is wrong, and it is what it is. So let me know you guys' thoughts on all of that in the comments below. One final thing, if you want to get some free stuff, take advantage of this promo. It is extended for a couple more days. Link in the description below and also the comments. Sign up for a free account, you get one free stock. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So it is a complete no-brainer. Make sure you guys take advantage of this while you can. I think it only got extended for 1 or 2 more days, so take advantage. Without further ado, I appreciate you guys watching though, and let's all make a lot of money on Polestar.